Hello and welcome to another episode of Literary Gladiators, the show where we discuss and debate literature in all of its forms. If it's written work, it's game.
I like playing games.
And we all like literary works.
Yeah, we do like literary works. Now let's meet the panel.
Charlie.
Cynthia.
Morgen.
And Josh. What are we going over today, Laney?
Today we are discussing Borges and I.
Ooh, Jorge Luis Borges. What's the first question?
Why do you feel the writer needs to split himself into two different individuals?
Because that's how he feels.
Maybe he's having an identity crisis?
I don't think it's the identity crisis that he may be thinking of, but
I'm not talking like midlife crisis.
I think that he's looking at Borges, the established writer, and I as in how he feels as an individual, because he sees himself, the fact that Borges is the one that creates everything. He's the one that people are studying. He's the one that is a professor of literature.
Right.
And then he sees himself as just somebody that walks around,
The ordinary Joe.
looks at different sites. He's like an ordinary Joe. He has his interests. He likes. He knows a lot. He knows a lot about I and who he is. He likes his hourglasses, his maps,
His coffee.
Right.
his typography, his prose from Stevenson.
The taste of coffee.
Yeah, he does like the
I like
taste of
cake.
coffee. And he just goes on living.
Yeah.
What was the question? You want to say
It
Why
was
do
the
you-
first question.
Why do you feel the writer needs to split himself into two different individuals?
I think, like, kind of the way with everybody, we have, well, for him, he has this public image that he's kind of just, like, finding, maybe, and he's like, oh, this is what people think of me, this is the way I'm presented, and he kind of just sees it, like, as outside of himself, and he's kind of just recognizing it, I think.
It's his persona. I
Yeah,
would say.
and I think
He has a
everybody has
persona.
that. It's kind of just acknowledging what we all have, like, at home, when we're, like, chilling, doing our own thing, like, you're a different person than when you're, like, with other people.
Well, when I'm at home, I'm still a wild animal. Mom, what's for dinner? Shut up! Okay.
Yeah. It's
Maybe
like,
it's just Borges' way of trying to explain to his public about himself and the other self.
Yeah.
so
Which is
true.
Next question.
What do you feel are the differences between these two individuals?
Well,
If there is any at all,
Well,
in your opinion.
I think it goes without saying, and of course I'm good for stating the obvious and telling really lame puns on the show, but the one is a professor, college professor, educated, well-rounded, and the other one he just is just, going out and being himself.
I think one is acclaimed and the other one just sees himself as any other person. Now, that would
That's
be
what I'm trying to say.
That would be similar to the actor that would rather have a private life. Maybe not like Kim Kardashian with her poem would just be Kim and Kim, because
There ain't enough room for Kanye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Kanye needs his own
Kanye is
special.
all about me.
Especially against the plot.
That's why they're perfect.
But for people, I think the general idea is that people who gain notable acclaim want to be, they want to be in some cases they want to be recognized, or at least just
Say, hey, look at
noticed
me.
for what they have done, but it's not as if that is who they really are as a person. Somebody could play somebody who's an incredibly nasty individual, but in real life have a good heart.
Yeah, no, there's many actors. I like filming and not filming. I like acting a lot, and I do like theater and all that good stuff. And there was a TV show. I honestly I don't even remember, but the dad, or it was one of the characters. He was a nasty person on the show, but in real life he was great. He was a great person. And also, the same goes for musicians. Most of you may know, or for those of you that don't know, I'm the musical director on the show. Musicians as well, if I may. I went You know, my area of specialty is the drums, the percussion. There were drummers out there, especially back in the 60s and 70s when there was drugs, sex, free love, rock and roll. Okay, good for you. I'm all for free love, but don't give me the LSD, and I don't want to screw my life up. But there were some drummers out there that were just, you know, they were on stage and they had a nice smile on. They were leading their band. Some of them led their band, and then off camera, it was like as soon as that camera stopped rolling, they were like, "You guys," you know, it would just turn into something like that. Yeah, and you know, I've said it before. Buddy Rich, my favorite. He's my second favorite drummer because I'm first.
Okay.
No, but he was a nasty person for the most part. But
Is this the same drummer we were talking about last?
yeah, earlier I know. You know, he was part 64, but world's greatest drummer, but still, he was a real PRICK person at times. But he was very generous with his money.
So the question is are they two different people?
Yeah, what do you feel the differences between these individuals, and do you feel there even is any? If
I think he is acknowledging that it is the same person, and that he's acknowledging he's this like inner part of this like whole being that's like kind of made of two, kind of, and I feel like maybe he thinks that this outside persona that he's putting on is kind of like taking over him, and that's all that's gonna be left after he dies.
Or he wants to look good to the world.
Yeah, and in this line, this is like where I think that he's saying he's one person, him and Borges. Spinoza knew that all things long to persist in their being. The stone eternally wants to be a stone, and the tiger a tiger. I shall remain in Borges. I think that's him just acknowledging that like there isn't two parts of a tiger and there isn't two parts of a stone. I don't know if this like makes
A
sense.
stone is a stone, a tiger is a tiger.
Because
This is him acknowledging he's one being.
people have the open habit of treating something much greater than the individual can actually handle, or the individual sees themselves.
Is it the same for inanimate objects as
Mm.
well?
If
I
you
don't-
personify them, perhaps, in your writing.
That may be the case.
The reason I bring that up is I love my drum set. Take it out for dinner if I could.
That would be your point of view, though, not
Yeah,
the drum
of
set.
course, yeah.
The drum set doesn't have a mind,
I know.
unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
You have to rub it in. Every Thanksgiving I put a plate of turkey for and see here how they eat. Some champagne.
Any final thoughts?
I thought it was an interesting poem, intriguing, and you know, easy to access. You know, by dissecting it. Usually I'm like, but no, I thought it was easy to deconstruct, go through, say, wow, now I know what he's thinking. Or I could be completely wrong, but still, as long as you have an answer to back up what you're saying, how are you wrong?
I think it was pretty straightforward, even though it was creating that image, the way that it ends.
I do not.
I do not know which of us has written this paper.
Well, if you're a college professor, you gotta know what you wrote.
I don't know about it. He's making a point in the way that he creates this divide between himself and the person that, the way that people have interpreted him,
Mm-hmm.
and whether or not the question becomes who wrote this particular piece, because it can go either way. It's very similar to Recitative by Toni Morrison, in how there are Roberta and Twila were friends with one another, childhood friends. They grew up in the orphanage together, and then they went their separate ways. But the question remains, who was a part of which race? There's never any mention to who was white and who was black.
I don't know what this is.
I love it. The second you said it, I just like my head perked up instantly.
And
I read it in Veronica's class, I think.
it's Recitative. It's a Toni Morrison shorter work.
I'll have to check that out.
But
I have a joke.
What kind of joke is it?
Okay, it's a some type of a literature joke. Like I said, I'm the one with the puns. So I'm looking at the library and I'm looking at all these books, and I see this one book. I'm like, you know what? I am going to definitely check you out. Get it?
Like a sexual
Check
attraction
you
to
out.
books. Joke.
You gotta give me the drumsticks. Jeez,
Alrighty.
like, necessary for that joke.
If you're interested in checking out Borges and I, it's likely to be found in plenty of short story collections. The one I found it in was The World's Greatest Short Stories. It is the Dover Thrift Edition, and it's only $3.50. Off of Amazon, it may not be as expensive. It is-
$3.50? Wow.
Yeah, this is $3.50. Most of
What a
Dover,
steal.
most of Dover Thrift's books.
Like
are
$3.50.
$3.50.
Okay.
Mm.
And mine was only a nickel because of copy and paste. You can find it on the internet as well. And
You
it's
know-
also a good paper airplane.
I encourage book buying.
Yes.
Yes.
Still, book buying
Already.
is still good.
But this doesn't only have Borges and I. It also has works from Hemingway, from Kafka, from Tolstoy, from Virginia Woolf, and the list keeps going on.
Gotta go with the book now.
Yeah. See, now I can read this, and in about 13 seconds I'm done. Now what do I do? That outweighs this and everything else we've discussed.
both
So,
literally
but I'm
and
just saying, for convenience sake.
Already, be sure to join us next time for another episode of Literary Gladiators.
Can I say it?
Sure.
Until then, keep reading.
And goodbye.